Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what we did yesterday and where the hell we are today?
Well, yesterday we read Ezekiel Chapter 24.
We sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter, God was boiling the
Jerusalemites.
Those guys. Judah. He was boiling Judah and Jerusalem.
The Judeans,
yes.
There we go.
And they were like choice meat and whatever, and he's gonna boil them, and yeah, it was bad. He's gonna kill them.
And also his wife died or something, or was that the one
No, that
before?
was Ezekiel. Well, I mean, God was boiling the people in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Ezekiel's wife was gonna die when that's like a prophecy when this all comes down or whatever.
Got it.
Which struck me.
I thought she died. She died, and then he was like, "Don't cry about it."
According to what I see, is that they will die. They will die. It was part of the prophecy.
Yeah, they will die, but she dies first.
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
She was part of the prophecy.
Okay.
She will die with Jerusalem when they get attacked. So it was part of the prophecy of...
Yeah, but he gave the prophecy the day that they got attacked. So she died.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You might be right. I apologize.
No, that's okay.
I could absolutely be wrong there. So I thought it was a prophecy, like, because we're doing prophecy.
Yeah, well,
You know?
It was in that he's like, your wife's going to die. And when that happens, don't cry about it, because that's going to be what you tell those folks. And
Right.
then when those folks come around asking you, why aren't you crying and shit? Then he's like, you're going to get it too.
Got it.
And then he told them that on the same day that
Jerusalem was being boiled.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So before we get in, well, no, that was Ezekiel.
Oh, you know what? I cut you off before, and I'm cutting you off again to tell you why I cut you off before. You were going to say it struck you.
Oh, yeah. It struck me that Ezekiel's wife, I don't think, has been mentioned thus far in Ezekiel.
I don't think so either.
And it just struck me as weird that was like some... You would think if it was something Ezekiel would have cared about, we would have heard about her prior to chapter 24.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels... And also, what did his wife think about when he had to lay on the ground for a year and a half?
I still think he murdered her.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he murdered her.
I mean, it could be.
And then he wrote in why he wasn't mourning.
He's kind of crazy.
He's very weird.
He's got a lot of issues.
I think he's psychotic.
Probably. The fucking eyeballs and the angels and the wheels and that kind of cued me in a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't think he was quite right.
Right. So before we hop into what we're doing today, I do want to mention one thing. We're still doing the Patreon push, but I've got a new thing that I want. This doesn't require you to spend any extra money. So we have a thing if you go to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com/Amazon. There's a link on that page to go through to Amazon, and any purchase that you purchase from that link that day will help us on our podcast, and it will give us a little bit of funds, and it won't affect your pricing at all. So it'd be really cool if you did that and maybe even bookmark that page.
Right.
So that would be awesome. That being said, we just got done with Ezekiel Chapter 24, and today we're getting into
Ezekiel Chapter 25.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, we are hopping into Ezekiel Chapter 25.
Otherwise known as Ezekiel Chapter 25.
And we're going to learn about some prophecies against all these other nations.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's a really short chapter, but there's some interesting stuff in it. So I'm kind of excited about one of the things because it addresses one of your favorite movies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this will be fun.
I actually thought that was next chapter, not this chapter, but that's exciting.
So you know what I'm saying?
Oh, fuck yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Okay.
Cool, 100%. Because I looked this up well before we ever got, I looked this up, I've been looking this up since we started reading the Bible.
Well, okay, go ahead and tell me what it is.
It is from Pulp Fiction.
It is. That is what I was going to tell you.
And it is when, oh my gosh, it's been years since I've seen the movie now, but it's when, and I'm not prepared because I thought it was next chapter.
Right.
But it's when Samuel L. Jackson is there.
Jules Winfield.
Yeah. Him and what's the Jesus? John Travolta. I can't remember his name in the movie.
Whoever he is.
They're in the room with the three guys that were like their drug dealers or something like that. They had the briefcase, right? Yeah.
Actually, he gives that speech that you're about to address 3 separate times.
Does he really? Okay. All right.
Yep.
Well, this is the most memorable one for me. And so he quotes this verse from Ezekiel as part of his I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm killing you. You're gonna die.
Well, you'll be interested to learn some stuff about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
I think I might even when we get to it, we need to pause for a second so I can insert, because I was planning on inserting that quote in the middle of the podcast, because to me
it's very relevant.
Well, it's one of my favorite things from that movie, and I've seen that movie a gazillion fucking times.
I know.
So
I've only seen it twice. I hated it the first time. I didn't really love it or hate it the second time. But the first time I saw it under shitty circumstances, and that kind of tainted my view of it.
Sure.
And that's why I watched it again with you, because I knew how much you loved it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I see why you love it, but it was still it was too much for me.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I understand the cultural references.
It's not for everybody, you know?
Sure.
So.
I mean, it's Quentin Tarantino. He's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So, no, but I get it, and I'm glad I rewatched it so that I can get it.
Do you remember when we went to the movie theater to go watch Inglourious Bastards?
Yes.
What happened?
There was an old couple there.
Yes, there was.
Right behind us, and they watched when we walked in. When we walked in and we saw them, you and I whispered to each other, I wonder if they realize that
they know
this is Quentin Tarantino, and are they prepared?
Right.
And then they sat through the whole thing, and they were like, on the way out. They weren't in love with it.
No. In fact, they were making comments about, that's not historically correct.
Yeah.
They were making all kinds of wrong comments about it, and
it was kind of cute.
It was.
And honestly, I appreciated their take on it, because they were coming in kind of like we're coming into the Bible not knowing what's going on, right?
That's fair.
They were coming into a Quentin Tarantino movie fresh, not knowing anything about it, not knowing anything about him or his film style.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of cool to hear their take. And to be quite fair, they did not critique the style. They did not critique the goofiness in that movie. They didn't critique a lot of the over the top stuff. It was mostly just the historical inaccuracies, which is the least problematic thing of the movie.
Yeah.
So,
well, but at the time, I think they were old enough that when we saw that, they might have been on the cusp of he might have been on the cusp of maybe even having been in World War II.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
He was definitely old enough to have been aware of World War II.
Very aware. Yeah.
If not even the age to serve.
Right.
So, yeah, they would have had some opinions.
For sure.
But they weren't mad, I don't think. They were just like, that wasn't right.
Yeah.
That's not how that went.
Right.
So I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, but we're not talking about Pulp Fiction.
No.
Although we are later.
We are, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's read this. Ready?
Yeah.
Guess what happened?
Let me hold on. This is gonna be a rough one. God talked to Ezekiel, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
The word of the Lord came to me.
Yeah.
Ezekiel. Yeah. Son of man.
Yeah, mere human.
You fucking worm. Set your face against the Ammonites.
Okay.
The Ammonites. And prophecy against them. Okay, we've got 3 other people we're going to yell at.
I do have a quick question here. Why are the Ammonites going to give 2 fucks what Ezekiel says to them?
Okay, so we're going to get there.
Okay.
All
right, yeah.
But he's yelling at 4 specific people for some shitty things that they did.
Okay. It just sounds like he likes to rant a lot. That's how I feel about this.
He totally does. Okay, so say to them, hear the word of the sovereign Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says. He says, I says, because you said, aha, over my sanctuary when it was desecrated, and over the land of Israel when it was laid waste, and over the people of Judah when they went into exile. Therefore, bitches, I'm going to give you to the people of the east as a possession. They will set up their camps and pitch their tents among you. Yeah, they will.
So part of his punishment for the Israelites was that they were going to be the scorn, and the neighbors were going to mock them and make fun of them, right?
They're all going to laugh at you.
But now that the thing that he made happen, because he's God, right? Like God makes things happen. This is part of his punishment for his own people that he's enacting.
Yes.
Now he cares what they're doing, and he's going to punish them for it.
Yeah.
Is that where we're going with this?
Kind of, yeah. I'm going to give you a few notes on this.
No, I'm a little irritated with God, in this book, in canon, because he's kind of a dick, and it makes literally no sense.
No, not at all. So these people, they're going to come among you. They're going to live among you.
Yeah.
They're going to eat your fruit and drink your milk. I will turn Rabbah into a pasture, that's a capital city, for camels, and Ammon into a resting place for sheep. Then you will know that I am the Lord. For this is what the sovereign Lord says.
Hold on. A grazing place for camel and a resting place for sheep.
That sounds rough.
It doesn't sound anywhere near as rough as what he says about
his own
Judah.
People. Yeah.
He has said that's going to be a wasteland, and they're going to be burned and piled up and bodies strewn. And
these are important cities.
Yeah.
And so he's saying that they're going to be basically laid bare, and they're going to go to these nomadic Arab tribes.
Got it.
You're not going to be cities anymore.
Okay.
You're not going to be, hubs. You're not going to be like places of trade and quote unquote civilization.
Yeah.
You're going to be done. You're gone. Your land is going to be agriculture and animals now.
Right.
So, I mean, to us, it sounds like idyllic and like, postcard kind of like, oh, that's kind of nice.
Sure.
But for them, that would have been the worst.
Right. Right.
For this is what the sovereign Lord says. Because you have clapped your hands and stomped your feet, rejoicing with all the malice of your heart against the land of Israel, therefore I will stretch out my hand against you and give you as plunder to the nations. I will wipe you out from among the nations and exterminate you from the countries.
Wow.
I will destroy you, and you will know that I'm the Lord.
There's been some really rough language with regard to how they say things here lately.
Mm-hmm.
There was something about the pure or something. I can't remember what it was, but like a lot of this stuff feels very Nazi-ish.
Yes. Yes.
Extermination and like they were talking about like pure something, or like it was very, you had to be this one thing or else you were bad, right?
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of this talk, because I feel like it's been enacted for really heinous things in the past.
Well, it
could be still in the future. It kind of
feels like what is happening to the Palestinians currently, quite honestly.
Yeah.
So not here for it.
Right.
So let me just tell you a little bit about what we just read before I move on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the Ammonites were basically punished for gloating maliciously when Judah fell.
Okay.
And like I said, the land is now going to be occupied by nomadic Arab tribes.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Ammonites had taken wicked delight in seeing Jerusalem and its temple destroyed. So now's God he's going to give them what? Okay?
Got it. Yeah.
And they're going to be overrun by the desert tribesmen from the east.
Okay.
And we'll hear that again as why I'm saying the tribesmen from the east, or the people from the east, okay, who will turn Ammon's cities into pasture lands for their animals. So that's like what I was saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So just to kind of like simplify it, they were happy, and let it be known they were happy when Israel fell.
Sure.
Or when Judah fell.
Yeah.
So God's like, fuck you for that.
Right. Okay.
So whatever. I'm like, you were supposed to have got rid of the Ammonites way back.
Right.
And if you had, it wouldn't have been a fucking issue. But whatever.
Right.
So, okay, now we're moving on to Moab.
Okay. All right.
This is what the sovereign Lord says. Because Moab and Seir said, look, Judah has become like all the other nations. Therefore, I will expose the flank of Moab, beginning at its frontier towns, Beth Jeshimoth, Baal Meon, and Kiriathaim, the glory of that land.
Okay.
I will give Moab along with the Ammonites to the people of the east as a possession, so that the Ammonites will not be remembered among the nations, and I will inflict punishment on Moab. Then they will know that I'm the Lord.
I didn't really get that they were doing anything bad there.
He's still talking trash about the Ammonites, but he's like, and also fuck Moab.
Just while we're at it, I'm going to take care of Moab.
Right. So basically what happened, Moab is being punished for gloating and stating that Judah is like all other nations, which is considered to be an insult to Yahweh.
Oh, fuck you. Moab's another nation, right?
Right.
So, I mean, like, they don't fucking care that Yahweh cares of whatever. So, like, any nation wouldn't say that, you know?
So, right, I know. I totally agree with you. They thought that God was powerless to protect his temple from devastation. So their like act was a little more egregious. Like, the Ammonites were just like, y'all fell. Yeah. Whereas Moab was like, y'all fell and your God sucks. He's so fucking weak.
Got it.
And therefore, similar to Ammon, the land of Moab is going to be given to those same tribes. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's basically like, they pissed me off worse than you did because I'm a petty little fuck and I worry about my image.
Yeah.
You didn't just laugh at them, you laughed at me.
But in the past, he's cared what they think of him. You know, like these neighbors that he's talking about or whatever.
I don't want them to think I'm evil. And now he's like, you know what? I don't care. I will kill you.
Right.
But not Egypt.
I don't.
But not Egypt. All these years, he could have dealt with Egypt the same way. But instead, he's dealing with these little tribes.
Well, it's because it's about political and military power, right?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with a god. It has to do with the actual politics on the ground and the reality that they're living in.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, these little itty-bitty, comparatively speaking, right? These little itty-bitty places, he's like, okay, I'm going to decimate you. Like, if you actually gave a shit about your people, why were you allowing these powerful nations, Babylon, Assyrians, Egypt, Canaanites, like all of that, right?
Right.
The
Chaldeans.
Thank you, Chaldeans. Like all of these huge, powerful forces, these nations, you were too weak to knock them down because you aren't real, right? So, like, but that goes against the story. You know what I'm trying to say?
Sure.
Like, if you really gave a shit about your people, quote unquote, God, why did you allow these giant nations to kick your people around? And why is your show of force only against these little guys?
Well, and not only that, these nations have been building for centuries, right? Mm-hmm. They haven't, it's not like they just popped up overnight and became superpowers.
They're basically cousins to the Israelites.
But there was a long history of them getting to that point. Mm-hmm. They were much more successful than the Israelites.
Yeah.
Why were they much more successful than the Israelites? Probably because they did things better, or had more resources, or I don't know.
Or if you want to talk about magic, their god seemed to be better.
Yeah, sure,
I mean,
whatever.
Their idols were better, is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Like they didn't maybe have a fear the Lord and suck his dick thing going on.
Sure.
They just had a, sing to your little statue and fuck on the hills and occasionally burn a baby.
Well, and when you think about ancient gods, right?
Hold on. I said occasionally burn a baby, and like I expected you to either laugh or respond. Just to be clear, no child sacrifice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't. Sorry, that's not good.
Yeah. Right. Go on. Sorry.
I did. I was already in my thought train, so I apologize. So I don't remember what I was going to say now. It was. I think that the gods of when you think about ancient gods, you don't think about Yahweh, right? Like I know that they are in that same time frame back then. But like you think of Egyptian gods or Greek gods and all this stuff,
the
right?
The Assyrian gods.
Those are the ancient gods that you think of, right?
Yeah.
At least to me, looking in from the outside.
Yeah.
Right?
Same.
Like that's how I always envisioned it. Christianity, and to be fair, I never really knew much about Judaism, right? So, but Christianity to me always seemed like this newer thing.
Yeah.
It is. So, but...
And then Judaism was newer compared to the ancient gods because all they did was combine some of the ancient shit.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's true. But I don't even throw them in the same mix. Like,
no.
The God, Yahweh, I don't put him in that ancient God realm.
Right.
It didn't really become a thing for... I don't know. It just doesn't strike me the same way. And I know that that's probably our Western culture, and we grew up around Christians, so we only learned Christianity, right, in our subset of the world. Sure. So that's probably just my vantage point.
But from where I'm sitting, it doesn't seem like Yahweh was around at the same time Thor was,
Right.
So.
Yeah, but there was some overlap.
Yes, there was overlap, but it was towards the end of one before it was the beginning of the other one.
Not necessarily. Like there was the Christianity didn't take hold
are you talking about Christianity or Judaism?
Right, but Christianity took hold from the ancient Roman gods. Mm-hmm. So there were still Romans worshiping Roman gods up until Christianity.
Right, no, I get that. But what I'm saying is at the beginning, like from the beginning, Yahweh wasn't around yet. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Not at the same time.
Okay.
Like first came like the Greek gods. Even before Rome was the Greek gods.
Sure.
And the like Zeus and Thor and all them, like them people. Right. And then came the Roman gods from the Greeks as Rome took over that area.
Sure.
And Yahweh was kind of kicking it, but he was not like super big. He was just like one of many.
Yeah. So and we've talked. He's a very regional god.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Early on for sure.
Yeah. So all right. Well, we're about to get it against the Edomites.
Okay. All right.
This is what the sovereign Lord says.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Because Edom took revenge on Judah and became very guilty by doing so. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. I will stretch out my hand against Edom and kill both man and motherfucking beast. I will lay it waste, and from Timon to Dedan, they will fall by the sword. I will take vengeance on Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they will deal with Edom in accordance with my anger and my wrath. They will know my vengeance, declares the sovereign Lord.
By the hand of his people from Israel, or whatever. That doesn't, how? They're in exile. They aren't around.
I don't know, but here, let me read you my little note on it.
Yeah.
Edom's harsh punishment is for having betrayed the agreement with Judah to fight against Babylon. So they had made this agreement, right?
Okay.
And they were going to help them. And then they instead became a Babylonian ally, taking Judean lands in the Negev. The Jews themselves will be God's instrument in punishing Edom. And I'm not sure how that's supposed to happen or how that came about, but
that would have to be at least 70 years later.
Right.
Right? I mean, like
however that works.
That didn't happen by them right away. I know for a fact.
Yeah. So
couldn't have.
Don't know anything about that, but
yeah.
that's what they're mad about.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. And I like that because it's showing that there was a bunch of political maneuvering things going on. And it tracks with everything we've read. You know, like if you read between the lines, you can catch this is politics. This is not a god. It's fucking politics.
It's always politics.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're moving finally against the Philistines.
Okay. Yep.
This is what the sovereign Lord says. Because the Philistines acted in vengeance and took revenge with malice in their hearts, and with ancient hostility sought to destroy Judah, therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says.
Okay.
I'm about to stretch out my hand against the Philistines, and I will wipe out the Kerethites and destroy those remaining along the coast.
Okay.
You know, when we talk about the people on the islands?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's these folks.
Okay.
I will carry out great vengeance on them and punish them in my wrath. Then they will know that I am the Lord when I take vengeance on them. The end.
Wait, where was the...
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So let me read you about the Philistines a little bit, and then we'll get there. Okay?
Okay.
So the Philistines were ancient enemies of Israel from way back, right?
Yeah.
And they're said to have come originally from the islands of the Aegean Sea, including Crete. That's what I said.
No, it's not.
Is it Aegean?
No, it's Aegean.
Aegean? Okay, sorry. Including Crete, and are called the Kerethites or Cherethites, and that's interpreted as the Cretans.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And they are being punished because of their vicious treatment against Judah, and they too will cease to be a nation.
Got it.
Okay?
Yep.
Now, let's read verse 17 again.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
I will carry out great vengeance on them and punish them in my wrath. Then they will know that I am the Lord when I take vengeance on them.
Oh, it sounds similar, so that's I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so like...
let me...
Before... Okay, go ahead.
Let me read this little bit about that.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So in the 1994 film Pulp Fiction,
yes,
which we discussed at the beginning of this episode,
right,
character Jules Winfield ritually recites what is stated as Ezekiel 25:17 before he executes someone. The passage is heard 3 times throughout the film. The final 2 sentences of his speech are similar to the actual cited passage, which is based on the King James Version.
I wondered.
But the first 2 are fabricated from various biblical phrases.
Oh. Yeah. And should we play that clip right here?
We can. I had also copied the...
Well, I want to clip it in. So
okay, clip it in.
Let's play it right here, okay?
The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
One of the places that Quentin Tarantino got this inspiration for this speech was from a super old martial arts film. And there's a dude.
He loves martial arts
films.
He
does. Well, Kill Bill much?
Right, yeah.
So there's a guy, and I didn't copy this in here, but I forget. There's a character in one of these films.
Okay.
And his name is like Chibi something or other. And he says, much like what Jules says in Pulp Fiction.
Got it.
He says the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempted to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is Chibi whatever when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where that came from. And then he mixed in some Bible quotes.
Yeah.
Threw in and it's Ezekiel Chapter 25, verse 17.
Sure. It's kind of funny because like it's almost like a joke, right? Yeah. It's almost a joke because like he's literally getting ready to kill people when he says this, and so it's poking fun at the ridiculousness of God just by saying that phrase. And I think that's what I love so much about that phrase that he says in that movie.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, this is how ridiculous your God is. He's using this wording in the Bible to then turn around and fucking murder people.
He's talking about vengeance.
Yeah.
Which is one of the least Christian attributes. And yes, I know we are not at the New Testament yet.
Right.
But we are supposed to be learning about this God who is a loving God. And he is a very jealous God, which is said more than once. He's a vengeful God.
Yeah.
He's just horrible. He's a horrible being.
Yeah.
And that is not who I would choose as my local deity.
No, and the funny thing to me also is that in that movie, Pulp Fiction, specifically the part where he's there in the room with the three guys and they're getting the suitcase, right? Mm-hmm. That he at one point, some kid comes around a corner and like unloads a gun at him, right? Mm-hmm. And he misses. Like he's got 6 bullets in the chamber, misses all 6 times. Nobody gets shot.
Right.
Right. And after murdering 3 people to recover a suitcase for his boss, Jules decides that he has found God.
Right.
Why? Because he didn't get killed.
Right.
After he just murdered 3 people.
Yeah.
That was God telling him a message. And to me,
that's hilarious.
It's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, this is great. I mean, okay, it's great. It's great
commentary.
Right. It's great commentary.
Yeah. It's a great statement.
Right.
And it basically is like, yep, this is what it be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What I also appreciate is that, and I know this has been talked ad nauseum about this film.
Sure.
Is that it's all for this magical suitcase that none of us ever find. This briefcase has a MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Is what it's called in the writing world.
Right.
And we never have to know what's in it. And that is both the most important and the most hilarious part of that story.
Yeah.
Because it, at the same time that it's like making fun of religion, it's also making fun of the hero's journey.
Yeah.
You know, from a writing stance. It's like, it doesn't even fucking matter.
Right.
Like, okay, I'm just going to go off a little bit here just because I'm like working on outlining stuff. And one of the screenplays that I'm studying is Casablanca.
Yeah.
And the MacGuffin in that film is these transit papers that like totally did not exist. And when the writers were putting this movie together, they were like, this is never going to fly with American audiences, because this was like like during the heat up to World War II that this movie came out.
Sure.
And so they were, trying to capture the feeling. And at the time, studios were putting out these films like one after the other. Just boom, 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 trash, right?
Right.
Like whatever sticks to the wall. So they just expected that Casablanca would not be that great a success, particularly with the MacGuffin of these magical transit papers signed by this uppity whoever that can't be questioned.
Right.
And these actors just sell it like it's not, of course this is true.
Right.
And so that's like, to me, that when I learned that background about Casablanca and the writers, that is to me what that briefcase is.
Sure.
And, just kind of like, I don't like Quentin Tarantino as a human being.
No.
I think he's just a despicable person, but you cannot deny some of his genius in filmmaking and tearing apart a story.
Yeah.
And putting it back together.
No, it's absolutely true.
It's one of those, again, separating the artist from the art.
Right, right. Yep. All right. Is that all we got for today? That's
all we got for today. I think that was more than enough for as short a chapter as it was. We went all over the fucking page.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right. When wife says bye, you will know that our name is Sacrilegious Discourse.
Bye!
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.